Welcome to Tech Tip Tuesday with Maarten Kruger from Tech Genius. And today he's going to show us everything and things that you might not have known you can do with your Gmail account. Over to you, Maarten.
Hi, Melanie. So I'm just quickly going to share my screen with you. Okay, I won't have time to show you everything, but I'll show you some things you can do with Gmail. So I've just opened my spam folder here. Obviously, I don't want to show sensitive information. Now, I just want to make it clear that what I've done here is I've logged into my personal Gmail account. This is not my Google Workspace business account that we pay for a monthly subscription fee to. So I just want to quickly show you some of the things that people might not have played with yet that you can actually do if you have a free Gmail address. So if you actually click on the top right-hand corner grid icon over there, you can see all the services you have access to. Now, one of these services is actually Google Drive. Now, Google Drive is pretty much a place where you can go to and you can store documents. Now, something that is quite interesting to note, now you've got a few popular sort of document cloud storage spaces solutions out there. People are generally aware of Dropbox. Then you get Microsoft's OneDrive, and then you get Google's Google Drive as well. Now, Google Drive has two variations, the free one that you get on your free Gmail account that's connected to your free Gmail account, and there's also a Google Workspace one that you can pay for and you get additional features. So I just want to focus on some of the free features that you get with your free Google Drive connected to your free Gmail address. So,
Fantastic.
Sure. So what you'll see over here, it's actually called My Drive. So everything goes into your My Drive. Now, something that's interesting to note is in your My Drive, you can basically create in the cloud, you can create any Google Doc, a Google Sheet, a Google Slide, etc. Now, what is also interesting to note is that there's no space limitation. You can create unlimited amount of Google Sheets and Google Docs in your My Drive folder in Google Drive.
So, Maarten, why does it then sometimes say, I'm not sure where it is, but sometimes it says that your Google Drive is almost full, the capacity is full. What does that mean then?
Yes, that's a very good point. So when I say that you can put an unlimited amount of Google Docs in it and Google Sheets in it, not all documents that you put in your My Drive will be a Google document or a Google Sheet. So what pretty much happens is you have your space in the cloud and you can basically upload files to it. But when you create, for example, a Google Sheet or a Google Doc, although it sits in your My Drive, it goes into another space. So it's almost like every time you open the Google Sheet or you open the Google Doc, you're actually opening it from another server on Google, and there's no space restriction on that. So if I were to, for example, upload, for example, MS Microsoft Word document, a .x file or whatever, that would sit and would take up space. So that is not unlimited. But a Google Sheet or a Google Doc is almost like a special kind of document, if I can put it that way.
So in other words, as long as it's got Google in front of it, you're fine.
Yes, that's perfectly right. Now, something that I just want to point out is this is now your free My Drive where you can put documents. Now, you can manually upload a document and you can then also download the document manually from that web browser that I just showed you. But if you have a free account, you can also install an app on your PC that's called basically Backup and Sync. So what Backup and Sync does is certain folders you can upload and download files. So you could have this doc file on your local PC. And every time you make changes to it, it uploads and it downloads. So this sort of happens seamlessly behind the scenes. You don't have to go to Google Drive online, upload it and upload it in. That's pretty much how Dropbox works and how Microsoft OneDrive also works. But I just want to point out something, and now I don't want to go into detail on the subject in this session, but if you get what's called Google Workspace, now the name recently changed. It used to be called GSuite, and they rebranded to Google Workspace. Now, Google Workspace, the moment you do that, you can also get a cloud, but it's not called My Drive. It's called, you get something that's called shared drives. Now, shared drives is something, you don't use backup and sync on your PC, you use something that's called Google Drive on your PC. Now, Google Drive also does the syncing of up and down, but I think our account space on this is 1 terabyte. So the amount of cloud storage we have is about equivalent to the size of my hard disk on my laptop, which means, you know, there's no chance that I'm going to run out of space because I can't even put that amount of files on my laptop. So,
or at least anytime soon.
Yes, or not at least anytime soon. And there's a lot of things that shared drives can do that your My Drive can't do. And the other thing that's also quite nice about the Google Drive is that it doesn't actually put all files on your laptop. So it only downloads, it looks like the file is there, but every time you open it, it's actually downloading from the cloud and putting it back. So it means that I could probably, you know, if we've got a storage space of 1 terabyte, it will probably only keep a few megabytes on my laptop that I frequently access, and the rest is actually only stored in the cloud. So that's just one of the many advantages that you have. And you also have the additional advantage, like with your My Drive that's free, where you can still have unlimited Google Sheets and Google Docs, because those are special documents that sit elsewhere.
Wow, Maarten, I didn't know that you can do all of these things with a simple Gmail. And then if you want to buy Google Workspace, that you can do all of these things. Thank you very much.
Pleasure, Melanie.